Films of that 5 years, bro. I appreciate you.
OTL, fuck what you talking about?
Okay.
Why you say it like that for? Come on, get your picture, man, before you get beat up.
Oh, wait, my phone.
Straight.
I'm 4K Dre.
Who?
Rakai, what the fuck, man?
You said what?
You could hang up on him, good.
Pooh Shiesty just shook the whole scene, making his stance loud and unmistakable. And he did it in a way nobody saw coming. He jumped on live stream and sent some serious disrespect toward NBA YoungBoy, and the way he talked had folks realizing he might have just cut off one of the biggest names in the game for good. And he didn't keep it subtle either. He didn't just mention YB, he called out every single one of them 4KT members, making it crystal clear where he stands in all this tension. This right here ain't your average rap disagreement. We're stepping into real industry pressure mixed with real street energy, and the entire hip-hop world is watching every second of it. This is loyalty talk, family rules, old school alliances, and choosing sides when the fallout actually matters. Before we even break things down, let's keep it simple. Social media been buzzing nonstop, claiming Pooh been throwing direct shots at NBA YoungBoy. But we're here to separate what's real from what's pure imagination. Last night, this Memphis artist was live on cam, chilling, snapping pics with supporters, talking casual. Then out of nowhere, some serious industry heat started bubbling up like a storm on screen. And trust, this ain't some tiny argument cooked up for attention. This whole story runs way deeper than comments and diss tracks. Matter of fact, this ain't even mainly about Pooh Shiesty and YoungBoy going back and forth. The real engine behind everything is loyalty. When Pooh publicly stands beside Lil Durk, he automatically steps into the tension that already exists between Durk's world and YB's crew. And everybody familiar with the culture knows exactly what that means. NBA YoungBoy's name kept getting tossed around on the stream, and that's when everything spun into straight chaos. Fans were poking at Pooh's loyalty, and fans love doing that. They push buttons just to watch artists react when rivals get mentioned. Then here's what really went down during one of Pooh's recent streams. He was vibing, snapping selfies with supporters when a female fan dropped a comment that flipped the whole mood instantly. She straight up said she don't mess with Lil Durk, and Pooh switched into a whole different mode right away. You could see it clear as day across his face. That comment hit him deep because his bond with Durk ain't no small-time connection.
Films of that 5 years, bro. I appreciate you.
OTL, fuck what you talking about?
Okay.
Why you say it like that for? Come on, get your picture, man, before you get beat up.
Oh, wait, my phone.
Straight.
That shift in Pooh's vibe was not some tiny moment. This wasn't a random fan saying something silly. This was personal. The second she said she don't rock with Durk, Pooh's entire body language flipped. He went from relaxed to instantly frustrated, showing real emotion and real anger live on camera. That's when you know his loyalty runs way deeper than music. Now, in this industry, loyalty already holds serious weight, but Pooh's situation hits different because his bond with Durk goes far beyond tracks. When Pooh Shiesty got locked up on those federal charges, Durk was one of the only major artists consistently checking on him from the outside. That wasn't industry networking. That was real-life loyalty that built real trust. But this story don't stop at fan comments. There was another moment that showed exactly where Pooh's head is at. This one involved streamer Rye, and it revealed how Pooh really moves behind the scenes. Rye called Ben on stream. Ben passed the phone to Pooh, and Rye started acting slick, cracking jokes, poking around like he was being funny. That's when you see how thin these lines are in this world. Rye started claiming he was 4KT, which everybody knows is NBA YoungBoy's crew, and the vibe shifted instantly. Here's the wild part. Pooh acted like he didn't even know what that meant, but everybody watching could tell he knew exactly what Rye was saying.
I'm 4K Dre.
Who? Rakai, what the fuck, man?
You said what?
You could hang up on him, good.
4KT is YB's people, and anyone keeping up with rap culture knows Pooh wasn't confused. He just wasn't about to acknowledge anything tied to YoungBoy's camp while live on stream. And here's where things get even heavier. Pooh's reaction wasn't just him dodging a question, it was him refusing to give NBA YoungBoy's side any recognition at all. In the street world, that silence hits louder than any insult. That ain't just ignoring someone. That's straight up dismissal, like saying, they don't even exist to me. And when you reach that level of dismissal, the tension is officially beyond repair. Now, let's break down why this tension even exists, because it didn't start with Pooh at all. This whole situation roots back to Lil Durk and NBA YoungBoy, two artists locked into a long-running conflict that goes way deeper than music. Their situation has years of history behind it, built on different city cultures, different codes, and loyalty to people who aren't here anymore. It's Chicago energy versus Louisiana energy. And things got personal the moment people who passed away were mentioned in music and comments. And when you're as tight with Lil Durk as Pooh is, you automatically inherit everything that comes with Durk's circle, whether you want it or not. That's just how these alliances move. That's exactly how these alliances move. And once Chicago and Louisiana started throwing shots online, social media turned everything into a whole circus. Every lyric, every post, every emoji gets picked apart by fans, rivals, and whole crews watching from the sidelines, turning tiny misunderstandings into full-blown situations within minutes. Anytime Lil Durk posts something, NBA YoungBoy supporters flood the comments instantly. And when YoungBoy posts, Durk's people slide in just the same. It's a non-stop cycle that keeps this tension alive day after day, like the drama never sleeps. But don't get it twisted. Pooh didn't just wake up and pick a side at random. Not even close. Him and Durk were tight for real, moving like family. The type of bond where they could pull up to each other's neighborhoods and in the streets, that's one of the biggest signs of trust you can give someone. In this world, letting someone walk through your block ain't casual at all. It's sacred. Your neighborhood is where you grew up, where your day ones stay, where you learn who to trust and how to move. So when you bring someone from another city into your space and make sure they're safe, that means something massive. That's you saying, this person is locked in, this person is family, this person is standing with me no matter what. And here's where things get real emotional for Pooh. When he got locked up on those federal charges, most of the industry slowly backed away from him. Artists he thought was solid stopped saying his name, stopped shouting him out, stopped supporting him publicly. It was like he vanished off their radar. But not Durk. Durk stayed solid the whole time. He kept shouting "Free Pooh Shiesty" at shows, kept mentioning him in interviews, kept his name alive while everybody else moved on like nothing happened. That type of loyalty hits deep, especially when you're sitting behind bars watching who really stands by you and who disappears. And here's the truth behind Pooh snapping at that female fan for talking down on Durk. It wasn't just him defending a friend. He was defending the one major artist who never switched on him, the one person who stayed consistent when everyone else went silent. That reaction came from real loyalty and real emotion, not random anger. Pooh wasn't just defending a homie, he was defending someone who stood with him when he was at his lowest. A lot of people don't understand the politics behind this lifestyle, so let's break it down. When you get hit with federal charges, most people in the industry instantly keep their distance. They don't want to risk any attention or get tied to anything that might bring heat. Everybody knows the feds watch everything, so artists get real careful about who they publicly support. But Durk didn't fold. He kept saying Pooh's name, kept shouting him out, kept his spirit alive for fans waiting on his return. Every show, every interview, his loyalty stayed the same. And in this business, that's rare. Most people drop you the moment they think you're bad for business. Durk wasn't scared to stand beside Pooh, and Pooh never forgot that. And this ain't just Pooh being grateful. This runs deep in this lifestyle. Loyalty is everything. When someone supports you on that level, you stand with them through whatever comes, even if that means you inherit their rivals or take hits to your own career. That's the code people live by. So when Rise started claiming 4KT on stream, that moment exposed exactly how serious Pooh takes loyalty. He couldn't even laugh about it or play along. He wouldn't acknowledge NBA YoungBoy's crew, not even as a joke, because in his mind, entertaining that would have felt disrespectful to Durk. That's the level we're talking about. Choosing your brother over any opportunity that might come from staying neutral. But let's keep it real for a second. This whole situation is risky for everybody involved. NBA YoungBoy has his own loyal circle, and they don't take disrespect lightly. When you throw shots at YB, you're not just going at one artist. You're stepping toward an entire movement. 4KT has people all through Louisiana, standing behind their leader with real dedication. What makes it even wilder is Pooh already knows situations like this could hit his career. NBA YoungBoy has one of the biggest fan bases in hip-hop, and his supporters ride for him with serious intensity. YB's fans are some of the loudest and most active supporters in the culture. They defend him nonstop, and if they think someone is coming at their guy, they react quick and heavy online. But even knowing all that, Pooh still chose loyalty over easy success, and that says a lot about who he is. In a business where people switch sides for money, clout, or whatever benefits them next, Pooh stuck with the person who gave him real support when it mattered most. That type of loyalty shows character you don't see often in this industry. This whole situation exposes the messy side of loyalty in the industry, because sometimes just standing next to one person means you automatically inherit their issues, even if you never had smoke with the other side in the first place. Pooh and NBA YoungBoy never had direct problems, But since Dirk and YB are locked into a long-running clash, Pooh ends up caught in that tension whether he likes it or not. Now, the real question everyone's watching is this. Is all this gonna stay on social media and in music, or is it gonna grow into something way bigger? That's what has the whole culture locked in. Both camps got real influence, and when street energy mixes with industry pressure, things can get messy fast. But here's the truth people forget. This goes deeper than two artists who don't rock with each other. This is about two totally different cultures, two totally different codes, and two totally different ways of showing loyalty and respect. Chicago street culture moves a certain way, Louisiana street culture moves another, and when those worlds collide, the tension hits a whole different level. Then throw Memphis in the mix and things get even more complicated. Pooh represents Memphis, a city with its own rules, its own traditions, its own sense of loyalty. But even with that, he still chose to stand with Chicago because of his bond with Dirk, and that's where the bigger picture comes in. We're seeing a shift in hip-hop right now. Artists getting pushed into choosing sides in conflicts they didn't even start. Industry loyalty is turning into street loyalty, and suddenly neutrality ain't a real choice anymore. You're either with somebody or you're not, even if you never had personal issues in the first place. At the end of the day, Pooh's situation goes way beyond a rap disagreement. This is about loyalty, appreciation, and understanding how in this business, your relationships can shape your enemies just as fast as they shape your allies. When Dirk stood by Pooh during his hardest moment, that created a bond that went deeper than music, deeper than charts, deeper than any headline. That type of loyalty is unforgettable. That's the kind of loyalty that makes you willing to take on someone else's problems, even when you know it might hurt your own career. That's the type of bond that makes you react instantly when somebody disrespects the person who held you down. But let's keep it real. This shows how complicated the rap world actually is. Sometimes you get dragged into a conflict not because of something done to you, but because of the people you stand beside. That's what makes this culture powerful but dangerous at the same time. The beautiful part is seeing real loyalty in an industry filled with fake love and temporary connections. But the dangerous part is how that same loyalty can pull you into situations that might affect your career, your reputation, or even your safety. So here's the big question. What happens next for Pooh and everything surrounding this tension? Is this gonna stay on social media? Is it gonna touch his music releases? Is NBA YoungBoy gonna respond? Are other artists gonna get pulled into this storm? Nobody knows for sure, but one thing is clear. Pooh made his stance obvious. He's standing with Lil Durk no matter what. And that automatically puts NBA YoungBoy on the opposite side both online and in the industry. Neutrality disappears the moment someone shows you real, honest loyalty. And that brings up a question a lot of people don't want to answer. Should artists be forced to carry their homies' conflicts, or should they be allowed to stay out of drama that was never theirs to begin with? But when someone keeps your name alive the whole time you're locked up, when someone stands with you even when it's not good for their image, neutrality doesn't feel real anymore. That type of support changes everything. This whole situation also shows how social media and live stream culture flipped the game completely. Back in the day, disagreements stayed in the streets or in the music. Now every reaction is screen recorded, analyzed, and turned into a viral moment that can define your stance in seconds. Pooh's reaction to that fan and his reaction to Rye got clipped instantly and thrown across the internet, locking him into this tension whether he wanted it or not. Live streams make everything messier because fans feel like they're part of the show. They test artists right there in the moment, push buttons on purpose, try to spark drama just to see what happens. And that's exactly what happened to Pooh. Supporters were testing his loyalty right in his face, and he gave them the raw emotion they were fishing for. No filter, no hesitation. But let's be honest, the consequences of this are real. This tension could affect Pooh's opportunities with certain artists, certain cities, and certain fan bases. NBA YoungBoy has massive influence, and being viewed as his rival can close doors fast. But sticking with Dirk also opens other doors. Chicago artists might tap in more, Dirk's supporters might back him harder, and new opportunities could fall in Pooh's lap because of that connection. That's the wild thing in hip-hop. Every bond creates new enemies, and every alliance shuts some doors while opening others. Pooh made his choice, and now he has to deal with everything that comes with it. So what do you think about Pooh's loyalty to Lil Durk and the tension that comes with NBA YoungBoy? Is he standing on real principles, or should he have stayed neutral? And do you think this situation is gonna stay online? Or could it turn into something much bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this one has the whole culture watching. And before you dip, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe so you never miss what we drop next. We're building something real here at Velvet Flow, and the streets don't sleep. So we don't either. Tap that bell, tell your people to lock in, and we'll catch you in the next one, right here at Velvet Flow, where the truth of the streets lives.